Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Nut Close Show. As always, Scott Carson, excited to be here with you today. It is a Monday here in the office, and it's going to be back in Austin. We spent the weekend in Las Vegas out at our buddy Mark Yuzuik's Total Transformation event. And some of you are familiar if you've been through Note Camp once or twice, especially the last 5 and 6 versions of Note Camp. You either heard Mark on as a breakout session speaker or the keynote one of those days. And I have been friends with Mark for going on 6-7 years now. We met at Secret Knock years ago, hosted by Greg Reid, and we were on a lot of the same circles. And he's just a great guy, absolutely great, amazing. His wife is just awesome. And we have been meaning to make it out to one of his events. I just have not. We've also been meaning on doing some business together and just have not gotten around to doing it over the last couple of years. But one of the things that it's exciting, and the reason I labeled this episode Breaking Bad Beliefs is that's really kind of what Mark's event is all about. For a little bit. Yes, he's a hypnotist. Yes, he loves helping people overcome their obstacles like losing weight or stop smoking or things like that. But for a total transformation to take place mentally, you've got to really get outside of your own head and really dive deep into your kind of subconscious levels and some of the limiting beliefs that we have. And that was one of the great things about the weekend is, seeing a lot of people there, about 150 plus, and literally sitting there going through it and thinking about it. And a couple of the nuggets that I took away that I think are very applicable to the note business is one and foremost, a lot of us have limiting beliefs when we get started. Oh, I can't raise private capital, or oh, I'm never going to find a deal, or I don't know how to market. Those are a variety of things that we often have. And if you start to believe those and feeding into those beliefs, it gets worse and worse and harder for you to do because you have to overcome your obstacles. I can't, put this together. Or I can't market. There's so many different limiting beliefs out there that we have as entrepreneurs, as a people. I can't invest outside my own market, or I can't get up and speak in a real estate club, or I can't send an email blast out. These are all limiting beliefs. And one of the great speakers, and I totally am spacing, Tim, I think his name was, spoke once or twice, talking about how a lot of times us as entrepreneurs, as people, instead of celebrating the good deals or the good things that happen with a mental trophy, we give ourselves a trophy for being bad. We have this awards room of all our bad moments, and maybe we don't have an awards room for all the good things that we accomplished. And I think that's an important thing to think about, is celebrate the victories. A lot of us get so busy, bogged down, and being, oh, shucks, I'm not good enough because I screwed up, or I misspelled that email, or I deal didn't go well. I totally botched talking to that private investor. I totally botched going up and getting in front of the room at the local REIT club to talk about what I do. And you have to start really stopping that. You've got to start giving yourself trophies for doing good things, for giving it a go. And I'm a big believer, and this is one thing that was going through my head. Well, isn't that kind of what we do with kids? We're already pussifying America by giving everybody a participation trophy. And I started thinking more about it. I was like, no, you're right. He's actually right. We have to start giving ourselves. We have to be our biggest fans. We have to start rewarding ourselves for taking action, even if we screw up. Oh, I got up and I botched it. Well, you know what? You learned a lot from that first botch. Get up the second time, the third time, it gets a whole lot easier. And that's a huge thing. We all have, let's face it, we all have limiting beliefs, and those limiting beliefs can come and go depending on what's going on in your business. Oh my gosh, I can't get somebody out there. I can't market. I had a guy today like, oh, do you have a realtor I can use? I'm like, where? And they're like, in Ohio? I'm like, we're at Ohio. It's not just one spot. I'm not going to have a realtor go in one side of the country, drive all the way across the state for 6 hours or 4 hours or whatever, and go pull cops for you. That doesn't make sense. And he pulled out some small little town. I'm like, okay, no wonder. It's a small little rural community. No wonder when you posted it to the WCN Crew Facebook page, nobody responded. You have Google, Realtor.com, Note Pros, a whole variety of different ways to find a realtor. Get on there and use that. Don't wait around a week to do that. And that's another thing too. You have to take action to overcome things. I think a lot of us get paralyzed by a lack of knowledge. And it's an aggravating thing. We talk a game. Oh yeah, of course. Of course, I'm going to send an email blast out to my asset managers. Well, have you? Well, I can't. What do you mean you can't? I don't know how to send an email and create a MailChimp. So just get in there and play around with it. Learn. Or if you don't like that, hire somebody to go do that. And that's one of the most frustrating things I see on a regular basis. And I enjoyed the event, some great people there. It's not your typical note investing I go to, typical real estate invest, which is great. It was nice to kind of relax and just kind of be a nobody for the most part and learn, although Mark wouldn't let me be a lot of times. But being able to sit back, relax, take in, listen, listen to the subconscious mind of what we deal. We all deal with this on a regular basis. And I picked up a couple of marketing ideas of how Mark and his team shared some NLP strategies that I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. I can use that in some of the stuff that we do. But going back to the point I'm trying to make here with you all on today's episode is keep in mind, think about this. How many times during the day, you may want to keep a little list, a little notepad as an exercise to do this. How many times do you find yourself giving you kudos or giving you negatives? How many times you're like, yay, awesome, good stuff. You get excited about something. How many times we're like, oh, shoot, I screwed that up. Okay, like I'll give you an example. One thing I've been working through today is I have anybody do this for the last 2 note camps. I've got a huge database, and we get a lot of people that go to note camp that opt into our investor webinar, investor survey, where I'm asking them, clarifying what are your top 3 states, what's your focus on. And it just has not been a priority for the most part the last 2 times that we've done it. I mean, it's to get it out, but once we collect that information, I just haven't had the bandwidth and haven't had the team to spend some time doing this. So I spent a little bit of time on that today because it's valuable assets. Those assets, as far as who's buying in what state, what's their focus, where are they finding us at, all that great information is so valuable. And I have not spent a lot of time on it because I've been busy focused on the portfolio, been focused on marketing and other things. So I had to take some time today and cut those spaces up and realize that, I found an easier way to do it by just messing around with it. I'd been kind of avoiding it actually for the most part. I was like, I'll get to it later. And of course, later never arrives. I'm like, I'll get it to it. And literally I'm like, I don't know. Well, let me go ahead and do this. Let me go try this one little tweak. And sure enough, boom, much easier to do. Saved me a tremendous amount of time. What I thought was going to take me a couple hours only took me roughly about 30 minutes to do. But it was a very valuable 30 minutes because now I have my database, especially from everybody that's been at Note Camp. I have it broken down. I don't know how many, but all by 50 states. Also, well, not all 50 states, but pretty close to it, 40 plus states. Who's got their top 3 or 5 states? And it's broken down list by list. And that's all being uploaded into my CRM to make it very simple for me able to go in and literally be able to upload a list, send an email out to those that like that one specific state, and boom, literally rocket to them and their database. It's literally a whole next phase of what we're doing. And I've been putting that off, haven't had the chance to do it. I'm like, I'll get around to it. I got more important things. Yeah, we all like to make our list. We all like to get busy list. You've heard me talk about the big rocks. Well, this has been not a big rock, but it's been kind of a mid-sized rock for the most part. And so I'm excited now that we got it done because it's going to lead to a whole new way of us moving assets, a whole new way of us raising capital, whole new way of really hitting our focus. At the same time today, we've been, busy working through our assets and selling some of our assets off. We got a big thing in, especially in February. February is going to be a very great month for us. It's be a really good month. We're going to try to focus on every day, Monday through Friday for the most part, a deal a day, a case study a day. And we're pretty stoked about this. We being me, staff, and our staff here, going through different case studies. I know we've kind of fade away from that a little bit as we've had different vendors on here, but we're going to be really diving into different case studies. What do we do? What do we find out? What's worked out with this asset? What are we moving it? Is it for sale? At the same time, I also have a portfolio of assets and of performing notes that we just got our counters back on, and I think I just raised enough capital for it this afternoon. So pretty stoked about that. A couple conversations, maybe not the full amount, but it's about $1.5 million portfolio. That's a pretty good chunk of change if you're looking at 60 plus assets. And these look pretty good. We're doing some marketing for that. Some of the things that we've looked at and tweaked recently, literally in the last 4 days, is starting to pay off on some things. And what I mean by little things, I'll give you an example. I created a couple simple landing pages First of our marketing and email blast out went out to it on Thursday or Friday. People are already starting to opt into it, which is great. People are already starting to communicate. Shannon did a great job posting, creating a couple videos, a couple things. We uploaded a couple different groups out there. People are responding. I'm like, okay, we're slicing and dicing. And as I like to say, how do you eat an elephant? You slice and dice it, you start one bite at a time. Make sure yourself don't do ass in first. So we're working through those, just kind of getting some streamlining. And that was really kind of a nice thing too, of sitting and being able to go somewhere, flying somewhere where I'm not running an event. I'm not speaking at the event. Although I did end up speaking a little bit about notes on Sunday morning with Mark a little bit. It's just giving you a chance to kind of sit back, relax, take a deep breath, step away, practice some good habits and hypnotists, or just basically deep breath and relaxation. And that's one of the things I really loved about Mark did. And Stephanie really enjoyed it too, was the ability to sit down, kind of get outside of your head and really kind of help you reprogram some of your limiting beliefs. I say breaking bad beliefs in yourself, because we all have it one way or another. We all have different things. And the thing I want you all to realize as you're listening to this is take a second. What are your beliefs? What are the big limiting beliefs that you have out there that are bothering you, that are literally giving you issues on a daily basis? Is it that you don't believe you can market? Is it don't believe that you don't know what to say to asset managers? Maybe you don't know what to raise capital or doing due diligence? I challenge you all to take a different approach to it and realize that you can do it all. You can understand what's going on with the different things. You can overcome those beliefs. And the sooner you start tackling them, the sooner you start taking action towards them and really believing in yourself, you have to realize, everybody, somebody emailed today, was it today? I'm sorry, late last night, a good friend of ours, one of our biggest fans, we're also one of their biggest fans, having to take a little step back from the note business for a while because they're focusing on some other things they've got going on, some personal issues. And I'm like, that's totally fine. We're here for you. We're here to help. We're not here to bash you. No, you can stay in the group. We'll keep you in the WCN crew. Not a problem at all. Everybody's got to take some time back. And that's the thing you have to realize, everybody. Sometimes if you're overwhelmed, sometimes it's okay to take a step back, breathe, figure out what you got to get done, and then move on. And then pick up your dream again, or pick up the sword or the cross or whatever it is that you're bearing, and then run with it. One of the most important things I can tell you out there, one of the most important things is the moment, or the more you can sit and take some time, 5-10 minutes throughout the day, relax a little bit, trying to get out of your own head and really talk with other people, sit down and think about where the issue is, how to reach out to people, or reaching out to people, peers that you need some help with, the stronger you're going to be. Because in this business, it's all about relationships. It still is. I think in most of the world, it's all about relationships. And some of the great, some of our better relationships we have helped us really overcome obstacles. They've really helped us take things to the next level, or help us give an outside view into our own head, I guess you could say. Not that you need to go see a shrink or a psychologist or anything like that. I'm not going to get into that. What I'm saying is our minds are our most powerful tool that we have. And one of the things Steph always cracks up is she's like, you're never scared or anything. I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I get scared. I don't like snakes. That's one thing I don't like. I absolutely hate snakes. Okay. Absolutely hate snakes. They freak the crap out of me. But one of the things that you have to realize too, everybody, is that your fears, whatever your fears are, they're your fears. And most of the time, a fear we have goes all the way to the wrong side of that issue. Why do I dislike snakes? Because I don't want to get bit by a snake. I don't want to bit poison. They creep me out. That's a fear I have, right? False evidence appearing real. Most snakes out there are scared of you. They're running the opposite way. And most of the time, the really nasty ones, the rattlesnakes or the copperheads, you've got to really go looking for trouble to get into one of those things. And most snakes out there aren't very poisonous. Some are poisonous, obviously, but there's always an event. But what I'm getting at, I'm trying to make the snake analogies here. We all are afraid of being snake bit by something. We're scared. We all have our snake issues. But what you don't realize is most of us have our own venom, anti-venom, I should say, to help us overcome it. If you do get bit, there's always a way to fix it. There's always a way, okay, let me help overcome that. Unless, of course, you're talking about life or a true life or death situation. That's a little different story. But when I'm trying to get it in business and in note investing, in your real estate, whether you're raising capital, you're looking for deals, you're looking just to get started, there are so many different ways to do it in today's society. Now, if you're looking to get started, hey, best place to do, jump online. Start looking, start Googling things, start looking. There's such a wealth of information on YouTube, Vimeo, Bigger Pockets, LinkedIn. There's so many groups, networking groups, meetups, real estate clubs. So many great ways to help you get started. And then do yourself a favor. Step away from the tribe that you're running it with. What does this mean? Well, many of us, we're running with tribes or friends or family members that are here, but they're not looking to go to here. And when you're looking to go to there, there's a lot of static friction that can pop up between your tribe where you're at now and the tribe that you want to go to. And most of that friction is caused by, I don't want to say jealousy, but they don't want, a lot of times we don't want to see, a lot of times our friends, families, they get used to being, the weekend, hanging out, the buddies at the lake, whatever. They often, when they start seeing people, you taking things to another level, a lot of times they'll start having animosity towards you. And why is that? Well, maybe they've given up on their dreams. Maybe they've given up on their goals long term. They don't, and for you to do that, for you to chase your goals, may cause some friction because they'll start feeling bad about themselves. And so this is why I always say, listen, look to where you're hanging out with people. If somebody's not paying your bills, if somebody's not paying for the power, put food on your table, then they really should have no input to what you do. Yeah, they can give you advice, but advice is like an asshole. Everybody has one. And so the thing I really want you to do is, if you're struggling out there, you're listening to this, is do a couple things. Very simple. Like I said, pull out a list, sheet of paper, start looking and just doing a little, hey, I gave myself a good one today. Or, I was down on myself for 5-10 minutes. That's 5-10 minutes you can't get back. And start looking at it and realizing, well, is it really as bad, or did I really just kind of slough off? What good things did I do today? Hold the door open for somebody. Did you end up going get somebody coffee? Did you stop? Did you smile at somebody? Even a smile, a little thing as a smile is a good thing. Because you never know when somebody's having a bad day. But these are all little good things, little trophies you can give yourself mentally to help you do away with the negative trophies. And how does it help you? It starts to help you reprogram your subconscious. It starts to help you start looking at positive things versus the negative things. And as a positive way, positive things will help you overcome things in the long run. Because you'll now be looking through a different lens, through a different kaleidoscope of different options. No, I can raise capital. I just need to do it this way a little bit differently. I don't have to be like Scott does it. I can do it like I need to do it. And you'll find often opportunities literally just sitting there at your fingertips because you're so busy. You would have missed them before because you're so busy being harsh on yourself, bashing yourself. This is why we often feel that when we have bad days, everybody, you start off with a day and it keeps rolling throughout the day. Well, you have the power to stop that at any point. If you start feeling it compounding and rolling and snowballing, do yourself the biggest favor. Stop what you're doing. Get out of your situation. Take a break. Go get a cup of coffee. Go do something to break that chain of events, because that will help you overcome and start breaking bad habits there, okay? Breaking the bad decisions, breaking bad beliefs. If you really want to see somebody do something, go hang out with somebody who's doing what you want to be doing. There will be no excuses for why you can't overcome that. There'll be no excuses why you can't raise capital when you go hang around with somebody who's raising $1.5 million of capital. There's no excuses to go that you can't find deals and then you go hang out with somebody who's closing on 10, 20, 30, 60 deals a month. There's no excuses. That bullshit factor goes out the window quite rapidly. All right. And it'll help you, and literally going and do that will help you break through whatever beliefs you have. And that was one of the great things I think that Mark did at the Total Transformation event. Wasn't quite the way to wrap it up. We had to leave miss the last hour because we had to catch our plane back home. But he had everybody breaking through. Always fun. Go karate chop. Wah! All right. and break stuff. Although, we didn't break any glass, which is good. It was great seeing 150 plus people going through, being empowered, breaking through, doing something that a lot of people didn't believe they could. You had these older women and older ladies and some women that pretty frail, not frail in a bad way, but just thin. They look very strong. I mean, they do different things. Breaking through a board, a 1x12, a 1-inch board that they're breaking through yellow pine and being able to really do something more than they ever thought before. And so this episode's not really going to be that long. As I say, it's probably going to be right at 20 minutes here for you guys and gals. But that's the thing. If you think about what your bad beliefs are, what are the things that are limiting you back? What are the handcuffs? And you choose those. Your own bad beliefs are your own handcuffs. You've handcuffed yourself to your bad beliefs. Nobody else has done this. Yes, we all have experiences. Yes, we all have different things that we grew up with and surround us. Get programmed in. But you have the choice to break through. You have the choice to literally break those handcuffs and go do something amazing. You can go do something greater than you've ever done before. And that could be breaking a board. It could be making a phone call. It could be getting up and talking in front of somebody. It could be sending an email. It could be making offers. The thing I tell you the most is if you are in something that is uncomfortable, you're in a spot that you're in a rut, that you just aren't moving, you have to get out of your rut. You've got to get outside of your limitations. You have to get out of the house, get out of the office, start thinking in different ways, and don't be afraid to reach out. If you're struggling with something, hey, always reach out to me. Drop me an email, scott@weclosenotes.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what the issues you're dealing with. That's what we're here for. If you need a coach, hey, we're here to help coach you. I'm always glad. People are like, oh, Scott, you're so busy. I'm busy, but I will always take a few minutes to talk with a student. I will always talk to a listener. I always talk to a fan. I mean, hashtag Note Family, everybody. Hashtag Note Family. We're a pretty close group of people out there for a few specific reasons. We're here to help support you. And there's no place like home. There's no place like Note Home. There's no place like Note Home. I got to remember that. So it'd be a good marketing piece. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at before we wrap it up here, because we're doing this a little bit different time throughout the day on a Monday. We've got our Note Night in America tonight. We're excited about that with Merrill Chandler. Topic tonight is, are you effable? I only got one hated email, which is nice. Only one really bad email in response to my topic. Are you effable? Are you fundable? So we're pretty strict about that because Merrill's going to go through a lot of great stuff tonight. So if you're watching this live, you can always register for any of our Note Night in Americas, or if you're listening to this, you can always pull out your cell phone and text the word NIGHT, N-I-G-H-T, to the phone number 72000, NIGHT to 72000. That'll send you a link and you'll be able to register for any of our Note Night in Americas, because I think I've got the full 2019 already up and running. So you can register for anything. But Merrill's got some great stuff they'll be going through tonight. He's going to break through some of your guys' limiting beliefs. Oh, I can't go get funding because I've got a judgment. Or, oh, I can't do it because I got bad credit. Or, oh, I can't do that. Look, I hate I can't, because I would much rather deal with I can. And everybody out there that's listening or watching this or whatever, you have the ability to break through bad beliefs. It's all in your power. It's all in your hands. Ultimately, it's all in your mind. It's that 4 to 6 inches between those two ears. That's our biggest tool. It also can be our biggest hurdle. And you alone choose whether it boosts you or it handicaps you. It's all up to you. I don't care what your experiences are. I don't care what country western song you've been through. Don't care. Like I said before, I don't care if you've been divorced or gone through bankruptcy or failed in the past. Don't care. Had a short sale, foreclosed. Don't really care. It doesn't matter. Welcome to the club. Welcome to a little thing called life. Yes, life is a 4-letter word. We sometimes cuss it, but it also can be something that's even more rewarding to live through when you can do away with a lot of that negative annotations, those negative awards. Get rid of those bad awards and start focusing on the good. So go out, make it happen, everybody. And we look forward to seeing you off the top. Once again, big special shout out to Mark Yuzuik. Thank you again for having me, bud. If you have not signed up or gone to one of his events, you need to do so. Absolutely awesome. Really will leave a big impact on your not only your soul, but your conscious and your subconscious as well, and really help you make the most of your time. So, like I said, we'll see you all at the top, everybody. Bye.